how you doing? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Patrice and this is my embellished life. So you guys, January is completed. It's finished. And your girl did jack. Well, let me not say that. I was in a state of indecisiveness. Let me say that. Because I've assembled quite a few patterns, if they were PDF, or cut them out if they were paper patterns. I've done adjustments. Some of those patterns, I've even cut out fabric too. Some of those patterns, I even went a step further and started sewing up and didn't complete it. I've completed one outfit in the month of January, and I did, one of my favorite dresses again, Vogue 9075. I redid that pattern again, and that was the only thing that I've completed out of the plethora of stuff that I started in January. Look, this vacation, I was just in hey Sarah kind of movement, but it is what it is. So now I'm like, you know what? I need to do something. I don't really want to mess with a new pattern. Oh, I even cut out a new pattern. I started up a new pattern. This one, New Look 6700. I was doing this. It's too small. So I stopped halfway. I was so pissed because I wanted to match this with Simplicity 8885, one of my favorite wide leg trousers. I started the trousers. I only have the waistband to complete and that trouser is finished. Why I just don't do it, I don't know. But yeah, that was caught up in the January prangalang too as well. I don't know how I managed to cut the wrong size, because usually I cut size 16 and do my adjustments from there. Tell me how in God's name I ended up cutting or tracing out a size 14. Yes, I didn't cut into the pattern for this one. I traced out a size 14. That in what word? Excuse me? So, I was to the point where, I've attached all the seams, the arm and the sides. And I say, you know what? No, I even put on the sleeves on this bad boy. Yes, I did. And I said, Pat, let's try on this top, this wrap top. See what we're working with. See if I need to do anything. Bad boy were too small. Listen, I just sucked my teeth and threw the thing in the trash. In my defense, I used the broadcloth cotton anyway, so yeah. But anyway, I said, you know what? I haven't been on for the month of January, even though this was the girl that says we're gonna do a lot of things. I might even do a live or anything. What? That didn't happen. Not at all. Yeah. So today I said, you know what, Pat, let's just do a sew with me. Let's pull out one of my TNT dresses, the Belladone Dress by Deer and Doe. Let me do something for work. And I said, let me just do a sew with me so that people can see my face and know that I'm still here. We are still in the shenanigans for 2026. Now, the Belladone dress, I did it last year. Yep, last year in February. Yes. And so there's a pattern review on my channel for that. And so this is just going to be a sew with me. So let me show you the fabric that I've chosen. And I hope it works. I hope it works. Okay, so here's the remnant of the fabric that I've cut out. And I bought this from Cali Fabrics. Is it last year or the year before? I can't remember. But I bought this from Cali Fabrics. And it is a twill blend. So it's a nylon viscose spandex twill blend. right? And it's two-way stretch, so it has some stretch to it. And you know, when I saw this fabric on Cali Fabrics, I was quite intrigued. And so I bought 2 yards because it's 60 inches wide. And I said, yeah, I think I could. At the time, I thought that I was going to do a blazer of some sort. I don't know what I was thinking. Your girl over here don't do blazers like that. Although I told myself, I think I want to at least have some of them in my wardrobe for this year. But anyway, focus, Pat. So I decided to use this fabric because I was intrigued to see how it would turn out with the Belladone dress. So I've already cut it out. Yeah. We'll see how this works. So, without further ado, let me just get into my disclaimer. You guys know my disclaimer by now. This is no way, shape, or form a tutorial for the Belladone dress by Deer and Doe. Of course, it's not. I'm sorry to those of you who are looking for a tutorial for the Belladone dress. This is not it. Lo siento. It is not. It is just me behind the scenes with all of my sewing shenanigans over here. So without further ado, let's get into this. Sew with me for the Belladone dress by Deer and Doe. But first, let's get the bobbin situation sorted. And I am super excited because I am loving this Christmas gift that I received, and it is the HEMA Pro Compact Electrical Bobbin Winder. Listen, this is definitely a game changer for me. Here it is. I love it, you know. I've been using it. I've used it a few times, and let me tell you the joy that I get. You know, most times, I try to make sure that I have enough bobbin for my project before I start. But sometimes, you know, things happen, and then you have to unloose things to wind the bobbin, and no more, I tell you, no more. This bad boy is just saving me. So, you know, this is the inside of it. And, you know, let me know if you want me to show you guys how it works. But, yeah, I'm loving it so far. So my bobbins are all wound up, and we are good to go over here to start. Another new favorite of mine are these erasable gel pens. Now, in the past, I used to use the Fix-On, and I still do. Love those pens. But I can't remember who I was watching that suggested these pens as well. And I got them, and I love these pens. The colors, lots of colors. So yeah, I'm enjoying these as well. I've used them a multiple of times since the new year with all of my shenanigans, so to speak. Yeah. My dots are completed, and I must say I'm loving the thickness of the fabric. I'm not too sure about the stretch yet because you know the Belladone dress is not for fabric with stretch. If you guys remember the second iteration of the Belladone dress, that fabric had a bit of a stretch, and you know, and so that resulted in the dress being slightly big. But what I did this time, instead of making the stretch go horizontally, you know, I made it go vertically, vertical. And so we're gonna see because to be honest, I didn't want to reprint the pattern and then reprint the pattern for a smaller size and do all of those adjustments again. I know this pattern and the adjustments that I've already done to it, it works. It works. So I'm hoping by making the stretch go vertical that it works. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, the dots are completed. So we're just going to go ahead and start putting this bad boy together. Okay, so we have a bodice, folks. The bodice is completed. I just have to, you know, iron the seam for the waistband. But yeah, she's completed. I'm loving it so far. Loving it so far. Now I'm going to try it on at some point to see if it fits. Because remember, I told you guys it has some stretch, but I made it vertical. Yeah, so let me tell you something with this Belladone dress. This dress is super, 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 super easy. One of my favorite dress. I think I've told you guys that before. I can't say enough good things about this dress, but the pattern is so easy. I mean, with Deer and Doe, you know, the instructions are not as detailed as other indie pattern makers you may have encountered. Not that the instructions are difficult, but they're just not as detailed. But other than that, the pattern is super, super, super easy. I definitely would recommend this pattern. Yeah, let me show you what I want to pair with this dress. Okay, so this dress that I'm making is for work. Yeah, the Belladone dress, every time I make it is for work. And so I want to pair it with a cardigan because my office can get a bit chilly at times. And I want to revamp my cardigan wardrobe just a bit, throw out some of the older ones and then replace with newer ones, handmade preferably if I can. So I went into my stash and I found this pink sweater knit in my stash, right? So I'm thinking and making the Harper cardigan. This is one of my favorite cardigans. Make I want to make I'm thinking of making the Harper cardigan with this to pair with this. Though I thought that I had this in white in my stash. I would have preferred it in white, but sadly I don't. So I'm just going to make it with what I have and purchase some white sweater knit fabric in the future because, you know, I had to actually throw out my white cardigan the other day. So, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to make it. Oh my goodness, can't wait to see the the outcome together. But yeah, let me finish this first and then we can do something with this hopefully at some point during the week. Now I'm working on the skirt portion of this pattern, and I forgot to mark out the pleats at the front of the skirt, and then there's a dart. Is this the back? Yeah, the dart to the back of the skirt. So let me mark those out now before I start sewing up, before I get myself into some major problems. Okay guys, so I'm back. I had to take a few hours off because I had dance rehearsal this evening, and so I had to go to that. And when I came back, I was rummaging through the kitchen looking for something light to eat because I haven't eaten since breakfast. So I had to sort the belly out. But now we're back at it, and we're almost there. We're almost there. Let me show you what all I've done. So since you've last seen me, I've put the skirt part together. Okay, so the pleats, the dots, the pockets here, they are inserted, and I stitched the front to the back. So here's the skirt, and now it's time for me to put it on onto the bodice part. And I think after that it's just to deal with the back, stitch it up and insert the zip. There's a hem facing, if I'm not mistaken, and then I have to sort out the neck and the armholes with the binding, and then that's it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish tonight because I do have I'm working on a quilt that I desperately need to finish bind before the end of this week, and so I need to put some work into that tonight. But I'm happy with what I've done so far on this Tuesday evening. Did I tell you the date at the beginning? I don't think I did. But anyway, today's Tuesday, the 27th of January. Yeah, January is finished. So yeah, let me just put this together, and after that I'll decide whether or not I'm going to continue more on this dress tonight, or I'm going to put it aside, finish it off tomorrow, and then bind some of this quilt. Okay? there you have it, my friends. The sew with me for the Belladone Dress by Deer and Doe. Now, as you can hear, it's nighttime. It is Friday the 30th of January. And you're being serenaded by the night choir as usual. You know how it is over here. So I finished the dress yesterday. Yes, and also I was able to sew up the Harper cardigan yesterday as well. And so with that, I was able to take the complete photos today, as you've seen in those that I've posted, the photos and the videos that I've posted. And I am super happy about that. Listen, the Belladone dress, like I said, is one of my favorite patterns, one of my favorite dress patterns for work. I mean, the pattern is a very versatile pattern, so you can use it for whatever occasion, but for me, that's just the type of dresses that I love to wear for work. That one and the dress from Vogue 9075. Now, this is the third time that I'm making the Belladone dress, and I need to make a mental note because there's a crucial adjustment that I forgot to do initially. And I've made it the second time, didn't do it, make it again this third time, still haven't done it. I need to do a sweep back adjustment. I cannot make this again until I do that adjustment. Reason being, there's a puckering in the back, across the back, because there's some extra fabric there that I'm not too pleased about. So I'm very happy that I have the cardigan there to sew it back there, because you know I don't like that. But other than that, everything else is chef's kiss. So I do have to remember to do that sweep back adjustment for future use of that pattern. Now, with the Harper cardigan, I told you guys I did cut it out and sew it up yesterday. It's a super easy pattern. It took me just a couple of hours to do it actually, and that is my favorite go-to pattern for cardigans. Now, this pattern is a free pattern by Sinclair Patterns, and let me tell you something, if that pattern had a cost attached to it, I would have paid it, because the pattern is that good and there's so much information in the pattern and it's very detailed. So if you're looking to dive into using knitwear fabric, or if you wanted to do a cardigan and you don't know where to start, I highly recommend this Harper cardigan by Sinclair Patterns. Now, on my channel, I do have a pattern review or sew and tell for both patterns. So the one for the Belladone dress, I think I did it last year. Yes, last year, February. And I think the Harper cardigan was the year before that. But I'll link both of them in the description box so you can go back and get further information for those patterns. But I am super excited about the outcome of the dress. I'm super excited that I have another cardigan for my wardrobe, even though that I realized that I made a mistake in the Harper cardigan. Now, from the video footage, if you see coming down to the bottom of the cardigan, there's some sort of rippling that shouldn't be there. So I think I stretched the band where it shouldn't have been stretched, and that was my mistake, because my other Harper cardigans, they don't look like that at all. So I think I stretched the band where it should not have been stretched, and so coming down to the bottom, there's some sort of rippling going on, but nonetheless, I still am going to wear that cardigan. It's good. I like it. I mean, only I know that. And you guys know that now because I've told you guys that. But other than that, the cardigan is a good make. And this is the first one as well that I've did the full long sleeve. The others I've done were 3/4 lengths. Because usually that's where I love my sleeves to be for my cardigans. But I said this time around, let me just do it long sleeve. And lo and behold, what did I do? even in the photos, I push them out. Yeah, but yeah. So definitely some more of those in the future as well, because like I told you guys, I do want to revamp my cardigan wardrobe. So I want to take out those that are, you know, used and old and replace them as well. So do have to go in my stash to see what other knit fabric that is suitable for cardigans that I've got. And then I'm tempting to order some stuff. Stop it, Pat. Stop it. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, I'm super excited that I was able to complete two other out garments for January. Yeah, January was just, yeah, but it is what it is. And I am glad that I have three new garments for January. So now, Pat, what is next on the agenda for you in terms of sewing? I have no idea. Now, listen, this week I did cut out this pattern, Simplicity 3134. So I did cut it out. I haven't done any adjustments to it as yet. I do want to do this top, the top view here. What view is that? That is view A. I do want to do view A, but I think that I'm going to omit the ruffles going down the placket. I'm not sure, but this is the latest pattern that I've cut out. I think I'm going to do it. I think I've already cut it out. Might as well start doing the adjustments and the assembly of it. But other than that, I don't have anything in mind right about now. Like I told you guys, this year I'm just floating like a leaf in the wind. Whether or not that's a good idea, I don't know. We will see. Hopefully you guys will just come along with the ride. You know, just come along with the ride. Even if you haven't called shotgun, there's space in the van for you, even if you have to hang on. Okay, so just stick around, and I do appreciate you guys for sticking around and watching my videos, for liking them, for commenting on them. It's always a humbling experience, but I do know that I really have to push harder this year, because I do want to grow my community over here. And yeah, I don't know what the algorithm is doing with me these days either, so yeah, I gotta figure something out. But hey, you guys, you know how you can help me out with that. Comment, like, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Share my videos. Tell you I don't tell you all to talk about me. Yeah, so we're gonna work on that this year. I'm gonna work at that this year. Still going to sort out my life over on Instagram. I need to do that. I need to definitely do that. I need to sort out my life there as well. But you guys, I think that is enough for me today. I'm gonna leave you all this Friday evening as I contemplate what else to make. Yeah, so thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Think lovely thoughts, keep on smiling, and always remember to make beautiful and wonderful things. All right, lovies, I'm out of here. Bye.